Morning, day 3 of Wherryman's Way. Had a good night's sleep. Turned everything off last night at 9 o'clock. Just thought I'd try and relax my back out a little bit. Went off to sleep, never came back. Woke a couple of times when I tossed and turned in the night, which I always do. But straight back to sleep. Wake about 6 and I've been sort of just laying there for the last hour. So I've had probably a good 9 hours sleep. Wow, that's crazy for me. Not a drop of rain last night. As you could probably tell over my shoulder from the east, the sun is just coming up. And I had 6 hours of rain in the night before last. And I was perfectly dry in the morning. Woke up this morning, my own breath got the best of me in it. Got condensation on the inside of the tent. Only a very, very tiny little droplets just on the inside tent. It's just turned over and just touched. But yeah, great night's sleep. I'm going to get myself a cup of tea. Sit around, have a look around, and I get some breakfast. I love watching how quick the sun comes up in the morning. I've only been out of the tent for 10 minutes. Already the sun's about, oh, that ain't very good, is it? About that level. It's coming down to there. Give it 10 minutes and that tent will soon be drying out from the condensation. I'm going to get myself a cup of tea on. Not another human as far as you can see. Looks like it's going to be a nice day. Gentleman just introduced himself as a wildfowler. Shoots birds. First one I've ever met. Just getting changed out of my pyjamas into my day clothes, and it just occurred to me, because I'm in the middle of nowhere, I can do it outside the tent, which is always easier, but just not having to worry anybody's about. You can be that wild, free, naked. Just a great feeling. Time for a bit of breakfast. I eat porridge when I'm walking, never eat it when I'm at home. I always bring one of these cups and then reuse it. I mix my own porridge up, like a porridge mix with fruit or whatever, and I put that into Ziploc bags and just keep reusing this pot. It's absolutely fine. Hot water in, let it soak for a little bit, give it a stir, let it soak for a bit more, done. And it's a good start to the day. Sound like an advert, don't I? But yeah, I don't eat porridge at home, but always part of my morning routine when I'm out. Cup of tea and a porridge. Nice one. As always, have a final check round, leave no trace. Got a little flat bit of grass there, that'll soon bounce back up. Make it easy for everybody so we don't get a bad name. And we're off. Got a little bit of an easier day today. I think I've probably got about 10 miles left to get to Yarmouth, but I've left it that way so I can catch the train to get back to my sister's house. There's a couple of windmills and stuff, but like I say, the advantage or the beauty of this walk is just being out in the open when you are in the open. Just miles and miles inland of big sky. So I'm not looking for things to see or landmarks. It's just nice being out here. A couple of windmills coming into view now. One centre of screen now. It's got no sails, unfortunately. I think it's tarred brick. I think it's grade 2 listed, and then this one's centre screen now, which is magnificent, to be honest with you. Look at the state of it. Poor old thing, grubby as hell. Beautiful old windmill. It'd really be a landmark if that was cleaned up. It's morning, I've only been going half an hour, so maybe a little bit too early for a rant, but I don't understand, and I get frustrated that this windmill behind me, I believe, is grade 2 listed, if not grade 2 star. This is September 2023 now. In the news, the Tories have just been found out they're paying £34 million to refurbish their offices, while dozens, if not hundreds, of schools around the country are falling down. Why don't we spend money on some of this? This is our heritage. It surely wouldn't be that much. 34 million to do up some offices when we've got stuff like this sitting around there just rotting. Like I say, I believe it's derelict, but I just don't get it. Frustrates me. I don't want to be a bleater and say, oh, this country this and this country that, but it seems to have been strange just in my lifetime. It's turned round from being proud in Britain to money just being appropriated in places that we just don't know. I'm not going to rant about it, but yeah, beautiful windmill. All part of just being out here. Got the sun sparkling on the river now. Sun sparkling on the river and just the sound of the cows. That is it. I'm taking my time on this first bit. Literally meandering or wandering, which is quite appropriate. Walking along the top of this riverbank from Reedham yesterday. Lovely, cut grass, flat, not too many little bumps in it, but really easy going. No need to rush it. I'm not looking forward to getting to the urban bit, so I might as well enjoy the rural bit. I'm sure I've said before, in fact I know I have, make sure you just stop and pause and just have a little look back. Surprising how quick things change and disappear, and you also get another perspective of it. Those windmills look great from this angle too. When you're out in the middle of the open air out here, you realise how many windmills there are. There's one that I walked past a while ago. There's another one centre of screen now. I'm not going to try and zoom in. And there's another one that may be on the other side of the river that I'm walking towards now. You don't realise how many there are. I'm about an hour from where I left this morning, maybe an hour and a half from Reedham, and the path changes from the nice gentle riverbank top with a nice wide green smooth path to this, which is overgrown. There's a little bit of an obvious track we see some people have walked, and it's not too many stinging nettles or brambles, but the grass is all wet, just a word of warning. Without being melodramatic, that part of the path on the approach to Braden Mill is overgrown, which is not a problem, but the pathway seems to have a lot of cracks and holes in it, easy to turn your ankle over. I nearly went a couple of times, but I always walk with tracking poles, so that saved me. But nearly twisted my ankle a couple of times. And then got just past there, not something you see every day, a young lad taking his ferret for a walk on a lead. Wasn't sure if I was seeing things when I first saw it. I thought it was a cat. Takes all sorts. Out onto Braden Marshes now. I think it's marshes, I'll check on that. But it's a S.S.S.I. There's thousands of acres. I'll put how many across the top of the screen just for interest. I realise I keep saying it, but I just can't project how vast the space is out here. The big skies and just the land. As far as you can see, I've literally, you may not be able to tell on here, but that's the Acle Strike. straight that runs between Yarmouth and Norwich over there. Just seen a couple of lorries coming down there, and I can see the what do you call them? The wind turbines out to sea, which are over near Yarmouth. I can't see it, so I'm guessing it's sort of that way somewhere. This one, the tile and the brickwork's faded over the years. I think this is listed as well. Imagine converting that into a home. What a great view. Could be more tranquil. Got about 4 or 5 kilometres till I get into Yarmouth and it gets busy. I've been making these videos for a while, but I'm still not very good when there's a lot of people around. I also always forget to ask, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. I think it's down below there or down below there somewhere. I appreciate it. Done lots of other walks. In Norfolk last year I did Wherrymans Way with my daughter, and then wild camped and walked Norfolk Coastal Path in the summer with my brother as well. Got videos on that. I'll drop a link below in the description. I've also done a few other walks. Last year I was fortunate enough to do Southwest Coastal Path, Devon's 2 Moors Way. That was a good walk in September, so a year ago. But my love is just getting out in the wild, walking and wild camping. If you enjoy that sort of thing, come and join me. I appreciate you watching. I will do some bits more video, but it'll be limited because I'll get shy. I'll show you as I walk through Yarmouth, perhaps a couple of clips. Just trying to give you some sense of scale again. These boats you can see out here, I'm going to have to zoom in, aren't I? They're about 15-16 metres long, easily. Just come back out. They're making their way to Yarmouth now, but look at the size of that. The windmill in the distance I passed this morning, huge, with fantastic skies. I've got about half a mile till I get to Yarmouth, and already I can hear like police sirens and lots of traffic, so I'm back to reality again. It's the way it goes, isn't it? I did this walk in 3 days, and it's comfortable in 3 days, no problem. I only had 3 days to do it. I think if I was going to do it again, I'd try and find a way of splitting it to 4 days, just so you could enjoy it a little bit more and stop and take your time. I learnt that like last year when we were doing the walks. I'd definitely do the Reedham to Yarmouth section and take all day doing it, because it's just lovely, it's vast. But I think I tried to do to Reedham in 3 days. Not sure how to plan that out, to be honest with you. I haven't really had a look at it, but if I was going to do it again, that's what I would do. Perhaps my brother will come with me next year. Like I say, I don't think the mileage is too much over 3 days, but it depends on the conditions and how you're feeling. I think it's better to err on the side of caution. My usual advice is take it easy on the first day, break yourself in, even if you're trained and you're ready. Carrying a bag for a few days, you know, it wears you down. So take your time, it gives you a little bit more time to explore the things out there when you do come across them. And if you get stopping to people, you can have a chat. I haven't met many people this time. This is middle of September, and it is very, very quiet, which suits me, that's fine. Overall, as a walk, I'll give it a thumbs up. It was okay to good, let's put it that way. I think people who like hill walking and stuff would find it totally different, which is not a bad thing, but it's very convenient. You start from Norwich train station, you finish at Yarmouth train station, so in theory you could stop at Norwich, walk from there, catch the train back from Yarmouth back to Norwich again, so very convenient. I didn't like the bits of road work, but I never do, and to be honest with you, they're not that bad, they're not that far, and they are on quiet roads. And there's a lot of pubs and places you can stop on the way if you planned your route properly, but check that they're open first. I did like the way it left Norwich and, you know, walked along the riverside and then just gently introduced you to the Broads. And then this last day, you just see the sheer size of it. And with that, I'm going to show you a last final shot I'm Jay from I Wonder UK. Thank you for joining me. Please check out my other walks. Appreciate you watching. I'm out of here. Started over there this morning. It's just huge, but the sky is magnificent. Thanks for joining me. I haven't talked about the tent or sleeping bag or other equipment I used or shoes that I walk in. If you do have any questions, question in the comment below. I will get back to you. Happy to help.